Well, it actually started before the CRyA was founded. My spouse and collaborator, Nuria Calvet, had a student named Paola D'Alessio, and in Venezuela, and then she came to Mexico, and they had continued to work in a collaboration, and then I sort of started working with them. And then Paola's spouse, Javier Ballesteros, came with her to the Center for Astrophysics in 1998, and we started talking about common things, and I realized that Javier had something which would solve a problem that I'd been wondering about for a long time, which had to do with the formation of star-forming clouds. So, and then we've continued to work for the last 14 years, I guess, or so. So mostly I'm now working with Javier instead of Paola, but that's sort of where it was. And you know, somehow Luis Felipe Rodriguez got me into some paper of his back in the 80s, and so I don't know, we've always been close to the Mexicans, I guess. Well, so there's an impact in two ways. I mean, there are a lot of observational results which have come out of the work, that's the radio observations that are being done here, which has been important in my thinking. And then, you know, in terms of the numerical simulations of how clouds form and how stars form, Enrique Vasquez has been doing a lot of that stuff. And sometimes we collaborate. Mostly he works in a different thing, but I'm always interested in his work, and it affects my thinking that way because it's really high quality stuff. Well, it's, you know, it's pretty famous internationally in radio astronomy, and particularly strong in star formation. And as you've developed, I mean, I just see the place getting better and better and better. There's some very impressive work both on the observational side and the theoretical side. And it's a very good synergy to have both theoreticians and observers, because then they, you know, you always need, astronomy is mostly an observationally driven science, but if you don't have any theory, you don't understand what you're looking at. So having people who are close together that do both sides of the problem, the observations and the theory, is really important to make progress, particularly in a field like star formation. I mean, it's absolutely essential because it's too complicated otherwise. I mean, you know, you just can't calculate everything that you can see. So you have to figure out how to filter out some of the observations and also filter out, you know, what the simulations can and cannot tell you. And so having people next to each other that are specialists in those different areas is extremely important. And I think that's why CRyA has become, you know, such a great place. Well, it's a major player in radio astronomy, particularly in star formation, and also in the theory of star formation. So we have internationally recognized experts in these areas, and so and as the younger people are coming up and developing, they're becoming better and better known. So it's a major force in the international community.